Hello there. Hello. Um, Sorry, it's been a while. I didn't have anything to film until I checked the poll the other day when I had Wi-Fi. Um, so yeah, oh, sorry. Thank you for tuning in to JIBtv2000. I forgot how my intro goes. Um, anyway, I think that's how it goes. Yeah, thank you for tuning in to JIBtv2000. So today I'm going to be talking about the Resident Evil remakes, because that's what won on the poll is last time I checked. Um, yeah, hold on, just lower that a bit. Move that just a bit closer. Maybe a little further back. Okay, so for this part of the video, we're going to be talking about Resident Evil 2 remake. Alright, so overall, I really like the game. I'd give it 9. No, 10 out of 10. I'll give it 10 out of 10. I really loved it. It was actually pretty fun. I did miss a lot of things in my first playthrough that I didn't really know. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty easy game. My cousin told me that Resident Evil 2, like the remake, is a lot more harder than the third game, which I'll get into later. But I don't know. Resident Evil 2 was a lot better, in my opinion, because Resident Evil 2 is actually really fun. I actually enjoyed a lot of the game. When I first played it, actually got me pretty scared, which is very rare for me because there's not a lot of movies or games that actually scare me, so to speak. Um, not a lot of games or anything that really scare me all that much. What else? Um, yeah, a lot of the weapons are actually pretty cool. And I found out that Resident Evil 2's split up into four different stories. There's Leon's first story, Leon's second story, Claire's first story, and Claire's second story, which I found out later. But also I found out that it's all you have to play both Leon. You play sorry, I keep messing up. You gotta play as both Leon and Claire in order to get the whole story of Resident Evil 2. Sorry, I keep looking. I'm just sorry. I just used to not used to seeing me. Um, um, sorry. It's just look at that handsome boy in the screen. Sorry about that. Anyway, um, so yeah, I thought Leon's story is pretty cool. I played Leon's story first, of course, because it was the first one that popped up, so I just played as Leon. Anyway, so yeah, after playing them both, it's you could see a lot of differences between their stories. Like Leon's a cop, rookie cop, and then he starts off being a cop, and he's like, "Hey, where's everybody? I'm a cop." And then Claire's looking for her brother Chris, and she's like, "Where's Chris?" Yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna explain this stuff. I could go really into detail if I know a lot of stuff about stuff, but sorry, it's just I'm not used to talking. It's a lot different for me. Um. Anyway, so um. Yeah, it's just the one thing I really noticed was when Marvin when Marvin's talking about not talking about Marvin's talking to Leon and Claire in that one part of the story. It was when it's he's like I think he was telling them to leave him behind, and to Claire he's like, no, please Claire, just go. But then to Leon he's like, I gave you an order, rookie, and just got really mad at him. So they left. And okay, so from here on, oh sorry, I forgot to say, if you haven't played the games, spoiler warning. I totally forgot people who haven't played the game. Um. Anyway, so um. Yeah, so later on when Mr. X showed up, that's when I was like, oh no, this is gonna be a challenge. He's like walking around, he's like, and then he grabs Leon, and he's like, me and Mr. X. Just kidding. No, he doesn't talk, which would have been cool. He could have just been like walking around, just going after Leon or Claire, I guess, because I guess he's in both stories. Anyway, yeah. So when you get to the first fight with Mr. William Birkin, that was actually pretty cool. Uh, yeah, and after I started playing 2, I got really excited. I got really excited for that one fight in Resident Evil 4, which we'll get into when you get to Resident Evil 4 section. But yeah, it was when if you play Resident Evil 2, no, sorry, I keep forgetting. Resident Evil 2 remake. I gotta make sure, otherwise I might get comments about that's not Resident Evil 2, that's Resident Evil 2 remake. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I just it's just easier for me to say Resident Evil 2, so I'll just say Resident Evil 2 because it's the Resident Evil 2 I know. I've never played the original. Anyway, yeah. So Resident Evil 2, a lot of the times you see Mr. Birkin or yeah, when he's actually I think it's just when you see Mr. Birkin. He's got the big eyeballs all over his body. I know you just gotta aim for that now, which is pretty cool. That I learned something about a scary game that I had never played before. Sorry. So anyway, Claire's side of the story is actually pretty interesting too. Cause with Leon's story, at a certain point you play as Ada, which is a character I've known since after I started playing Resident Evil 2. I was like, oh cool, this is me not knowing much about the story. I didn't know she wasn't FBI, but I found out pretty soon that she wasn't. Anyway, so yeah, um, after Leon's story, I moved on to Claire's B story, which was cool because you got to see what Claire was doing while you were doing stuff as Leon. So you can see what Claire was doing while Leon was going around RPD, playing in the sewers with the gator. Those fun things. And yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just I wish there was a little more interaction between the two. Like you so you play as Leon. You go from after they crash in the cop car with the big truck, and they get separated. So then Leon's going around RPD, and then he gets to the fence area because Marvin's like, hey, there's somebody outside. And then Leon's like, all right, I'll take care. Oh, sorry, hold on. Leon's like, all right, I'll go check it out. And then Leon gets outside and he's like, and then Leon's like, Claire, I didn't know you were here. And then Claire's like, and Leon's like, well, what are you doing? And then Claire's like, oh, just surviving. All right. Sorry. Anyway, so then they're talking, and then the that rescue copter explodes, and then Leon's like, "Hey, you better go," and Claire's like, "Okay, let's make it. Let's both of us survive this." She takes off, and then you don't see her until till Leon gets to the nest. Till till the nest is starting self-destructing, and then And then Leon's like, and then Leon and Claire, Claire's like, oh, we're getting on a train or something. And then I was like, all right, I'll try to make it to you, and then or something. And then that's when Super Tyrant comes back because he tried to catch Leon in that place while it was going down, and then he got caught in a big explosion, and then sorry, I keep saying and then um yeah, so then they get on a lift for Leon gets on a lift that brings him down to the train platform. It's like zzz, like that. And as he's going down, that's when Super Tyrant comes out. And he like busts in through the collapsing wall thing, and then he jumps off that railing onto the platform, and then you got like survive fighting Tyrant. Sorry, Super Tyrant. And then he after you beat him, then Ada will throw down a anti-tank rocket launcher. Then you use that against Super Tyrant. He's done for. So then you get down, you go over to the train, and then you just take off. Yeah. Um. Yeah, in Claire's story, you kind of do the same thing, but like it's a little more exciting. It's like you play as Sherry, the little girl that Claire finds, and then yeah, and then you Claire's story is the side you mostly face like Mr. Birkin himself. Uh, he'll like he'll like keep evolving more as you like beat him until like the train part where he's like a big blob kind of thing walking around. Sorry, I keep checking. Sorry, I'm checking the time list. I got like 2 minutes worth of footage left to record. Anyway, so then uh the as the you fight Mr. Birkin as the big blob man, so to speak, and then after that you what was it? Yeah, and then Claire gets onto the train, meets Sherry, and then that's when Leon shows up, and Leon's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And then you gotta fight the last stage of G, as he's called in the game. I think it's stage 5G. I think that's when he's like literally eating the end of the train, and then you like gotta fight. You gotta fight him as whoever you play as. So in this case, the first playthrough is when you gotta face him as Claire, and then after that, the train, the Leon and them decouple the car. Mr. Birkin flies backwards into the explosion, and then Leon and Claire make it out alive. They survived Raccoon City, which is pretty cool. And then sometime later, Raccoon. Well, actually, you know what? We'll get to that when I get to Resident Evil 3. Now let's move on to the Resident Evil 3 remake. Hello, and welcome to. Oh, sorry. Wrong channel. Sorry about that. So today we're talking about Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3, my friends. Alright. Sorry. So Resident Evil 3. What do I have to say about Resident Evil 3? Hmm. No, in my opinion, sorry, I can't see. Hold on. Lower this. Try to lower this. In my opinion, Resident Evil 3 is like one of the harder games in the Resident Evil remakes. I don't know about the originals because like I said, I never played the originals. Not even Resident Evil 4. The original Resident Evil 4. I haven't even played that one. Anyway, so um, yeah, Resident Evil 3. It's a pretty cool game, but the very beginning was very tough for me. I didn't really like the beginning of Resident Evil 3. It was like more difficult than like after a certain point. It was like from the very beginning of the game to when was it? To like think it was after the or just before when you're going up the under construction building. That's when you like running up at when you're running at. Sorry, I keep messing up. When you're running away from Nemesis. Yeah, when you run away from Nemesis towards the construction site. That was a pretty tough. It was pretty tough from then to then. And then when you're playing as yeah, no, sorry. And then when you run up to the top of the construction building, and you fight Nemesis when he's got that flamethrower. That was a pretty easy fight for me. What was it? What else? Yeah, and then when you finally stop Nemesis with his flamethrower, you like run away from him. I think that part was actually pretty cool. And then that part when you play as Carlos, yeah, when I when I got that far, I ran into Zombie Bread. If you played the Resident Evil 3 remake, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like when you're playing as Carlos and Carlos is like, don't worry, you handle the door. I'll take this guy. And I knew that he had like a body check attack thing. So I tried that on that Brad. He bit Carlos 3 times. So I finally just gave up and took him down the normal way, I guess. And then yeah, it's pretty cool to see like RPD before Leon and Claire show up. You know, so like when like all the doors are still locked, all this stuff like it was weird to see RPD with like the like different than it was in Resident Evil 2. But still, it was a pretty cool section. You get to see how that hole was made in the locker rooms. That was pretty cool. And yeah, and I remembered all the combinations for the little combination locks. And yeah, it was a pretty cool section of the game. Then you get back to Jill after. Sorry, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think they pronounce it Mikhail. I think. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing. They just let me know in the comments. But I think his name was Mikhail. Anyway, so then Nemesis gets on the train that Jill, Mikhail, and Nikolai was on, and then you know the train blows up, derailed. Jill like somehow lands perfectly outside of the train. Anyway, and then that's when Jill goes topside up to the street, and then you're going across that bridge, and then uh Nemesis like on fire, and he like goes into the water. He's like "Rah!" and lands in the water, and Jill's just walking across the bridge, just going doo 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 doo, and then so Nemesis like splashes out of the water. He's like "Rah!" Doo, 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 he lands on the bridge, big monster, and he's like "Rah!" and he's running after Jill, just going, and then Jill's like, "Oh no!" And then Nemesis is like, "Run!" And Jill's like, "No!" And then she gets away. And then Nemesis is like, "Run!" And then you fight Nemesis, and then Nemesis is like, "No!" He's like, "Run!" And Jill's like, "Haha, I beat you." And then she just walking, and Nemesis is like, I'm not done for yet. And he has his tentacles like, and he like gets her in the arm like that, and she's like, and then she passes out. Then Nikolai is like, ha ha, good, ha ha. And then Carlos is like, oh no, Jill, oh no, let's get you help. Then they get to the hospital, and then Carlos is like, "I'm gonna go this way," and then his buddy's like, "Okay." So Carlos walks around trying to find that doctor that was in the hospital or whatever. Found out that that their buddy Nikolai showed up, and he was like, "Hey, doctor, goodbye," and then he takes him out. And then Carlos is like, "Hey, he was he's not okay, but he's got a cure for the T virus, which so happens to be what Jill has been afflicted with. I'm gonna take this." He just walks back, gives it to Jill. Jill's like, no. Jill's like still passed out, and then Carlos and like Tyrell go and like take off. I think his name's Tyrell. I think. I know, I forgot. It's been a while since I played it. Anyway, they take off, and then Jill's like laying there on the bed, and she's like, "What happened? I was sleeping." Just kidding. Oh man, that was a good nap. Anyway, and then yeah, yeah. Overall, the game was pretty fun. I'd give it 8 out of 10. Just 8 out of 10. It was okay, but it loses points because how difficult the very beginning of the game was for me. I know it's a stupid thing to be like um complaining about, but that's just me, I guess. I don't know. I was a big fan of the beginning. It was too difficult for me. Oh yeah, did I tell you? I've been playing these on assisted. The easiest difficulty, and Resident Evil 3 was difficult for me. It was difficult for me. Me, the king of games. It was difficult for me. I'm kidding. No, I'm no king of games. I play games for fun. But yeah, Resident Evil 3 was okay. Not a lot to say about it. I had a lot more to say about Resident Evil 2 because Resident Evil 2, I played that like 6 times already. And by 6 times I mean like each individual playthrough. I think I got through like one playthrough. Oh right, I never even told you. Yeah, when I was doing that Super Tyrant fight, I was like, doing what I normally like. Last time I played it, he kept beating me, and I didn't know what to do, so I just gave up, shut it off. Next time I played it, I ran out of ammo, and I guess that triggers the rocket coming down, the rocket launcher coming down, or I guess Ada sending the rocket launcher down. And I thought, oh man, this is pretty cool. Yeah, I wasn't really surprised by like Ada making it out of like her falling. Cause I mean, I heard of Resident Evil 4 because I saw Corey Kenshin play it, and I was like, wait, Ada has to make it, cause she's in Resident Evil 4. Um, yeah, that's how I am with a lot of stuff. It's like you like, for example, if someone were to watch Star Wars, like if they were to watch 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Oh no, that's a bad example. It's like if you watch something like I don't know. Say if you watched like hmm. Wait, it's like if you watch a show, or no, sorry, it's like a movie series that came out in like different order or something. It'd be like oh yeah, it's like when I was watching those John Wick movies. It's like you see those times where like looks like John Wick's gonna be like he's gonna like lose or something, But then you're like, he can't lose. He's got 3 more movies to be in. It's like that. It's like I know Ada can't not make it. She's in Resident Evil 4. Anyway, so yeah, that's my honest review of Resident Evil 3. Also, I know it's pretty late in the video to say this, but I'm sorry, but I don't really know. I'm not really good at reviewing stuff per se. Sorry, I should like be opening my eyes more. I should be like, all right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Movies. Haha. Just kidding. Sorry. Sorry. I'm just too excited for this. Anyway, let's move on to Resident Evil 4. Alright, now to Resident Evil 4. Why were you guys just sideways? Haha. That's funny. Haha. I did not just set it up just for this. I promise. Please don't sue me. Just kidding. I'm kidding, a stupid joke. Anyway, so let's get on to Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 Remake. So, like I said before, I haven't played the original Resident Evil 4, but still, it's an okay game. It's pretty cool. It was a really long game. I almost gave up a few times because it was such a long game. Like I didn't know what to do most of the time. Like for the most part, like the part with the the puzzle in the castle. So where you gotta get the tablets, then you gotta like get the tablets. Like it's like there's a tablet here, tablet there, tablet up here, and tablet down there. It's like that one. That was a pretty tough puzzle. I really thought that like from what I see. Well, okay, well, I guess to be fair, I was playing it on assisted, but like all the people I see like play like the play Resident Evil 4 the remake. It's like they're always like getting stuck on like they keep like not making it during like Ashley's part, the part where you like gotta like have that little lantern, you like freeze all those knight statues. That part is actually pretty easy for me. But then again, I have no room to talk. I've been playing on assisted. Um, yeah, I only missed like 2 requests from that whole game. I managed to get all the requests. I sold quite a bit of treasure. Mm, what else? Mm, yeah, there was a part there with what's it called? Verdugo, I think it was called. That part I didn't know what to do. I just took off. I didn't know you could actually beat him. I never actually beat him. I just ran through and stuff, and I was like, "Oh hey, I can get out of here now." So I took off. I never stopped him. Um, the fight with Ramon was pretty easy for me. It was basically just aim for him instead of like the big monster around him. What else? Yeah, I found out the hard way that you can actually like if Ashley's getting like taken by somebody, you could like accidentally take her out instead of the guy that's like trying to take her away. I found that out the hard way. It was completely accidental though. Um, yeah, like I said, sorry, I'm just not used to like talking to the camera. I'm used to like looking at something or, explaining something. Never just face to face like this. Anyway, what else? What else shall I talk about Resident Evil 4? Um, hmm. Yeah, it was just cool to see like Leon and Ashley's like relationship, like how they came to like care for each other over time. Cause for Leon, it just started off as just like, oh, I gotta do this mission, and by then they're like just joking with each other and stuff like that. Like that one part there after the first time you see that guy who's like got the big claws, who like can't he can only hear. Like I did see one thing about Resident Evil 4, and is that you can use the bolt thrower and it's like silent and he like won't know where you are. So I did that, and I, I took him out, and then I went upstairs, found Ashley again, brought her back downstairs, and then Leon made the joke. He's like, no, you can't keep him or something like that, and she's like, oh, it was pretty cool. Um, yeah, and seeing the merchant was pretty cool. He's like, welcome, hello there, stranger. Got some mighty good wares for you, or something like that. Sorry if it's like a horrible accent. I'm just copying what I'm hearing. Um, what else? Yeah, after what happened to Luis, that was pretty sad for me. Um, yeah, and that fight with Krauser, that was pretty crazy. Um, yeah, I actually managed to like parry all his attacks during that whole section where you gotta like walk around. He's like got all the turrets and stuff, and he's like you gotta like get him to fight you basically. That part was pretty cool. Hmm. What else was there? Um. Um. Yeah, I did the shooting range like twice. I think I got a few of those little tokens from just walking around. Um. Hmm. What else was there? Oh, and over time I found out like Leon had like all these different melees. Like if you managed to like get like a headshot, and then Leon could like walk up to them and just no, how does he do it? He's like kicks them like that. Or if you like if you get them in the legs, they'll like fall down, and if they fall and turn around to their knees, you go right up to him as Leon and just grab him and just boom and just drop him like that. Like that's pretty cool. What else? Oh, and I got Leon's pistol from Resident Evil 2. That was pretty cool. Fully modified that. Not modified, fully upgraded that. What else? Hmm. Oh yeah. So yeah, when you finally catch up to Sadler at the top of the mountain, awesome. So you like leave Ashley up there after you take the elevator up, and then you like go down. Leon saves Ada, and then Ada takes off, leaves Leon by himself. And this is where I got so excited seeing Sadler's like main monster form. I was like, oh yeah, just like old times. Cause you gotta aim for the eyes on his elbows, I guess. He's like walking around, he's like, he's like, you just gotta go for those big eyes on his legs, And I thought, just like old times. Oh, anyway. um, yeah, yeah, there's not a lot to say about this one either. I played through like once. And by that I mean like I played from point A to point B to like the end. I did some exploring, not a lot of exploring, but I did quite a bit of exploring. Found quite a bit of treasure. Um, yeah, it was kind of a challenge. It wasn't as much of a challenge as the beginning to Resident Evil 3, but it was still quite a bit of a challenge. It was okay. Um, what else? I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say about these games. Sorry, it seems like a cheaply made video, but it's just I don't know. I don't know what else I could do for this video. Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. I forgot to do the intros for these. I guess I'll do them now. Resident Evil 3. Um, Resident Evil 4. Yeah. So there's the intros for those. I'm not gonna move them. I'm just gonna leave them where they are. Um. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. I guess. Again, sorry for the cheap video. Also, sorry for disappearing for like a bajillion weeks. Okay, no, it wasn't that long, but still, sorry I disappeared. I will try to make more videos. I just running out of ideas. Well, that it might be because I haven't told you guys this, but I did get let go from my job. So I kind of. Well, I wouldn't say I'm not in the best mindset, but I also wouldn't say I'm in the best mindset. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not. I don't really feel really bad about it, but I also don't really feel too good about it. So yeah, sorry. But that shouldn't be an excuse. That shouldn't be an excuse for me not making content for you guys. Like, I may not feel bad, but I want you guys to feel good. Like, I'm making this for my viewers, my subscribers, cuz I want you guys to have a good day. I don't want I don't care what goes on in my I don't care what happens in my life. I just want you guys to be happy. Anyway, this is the end of the broadcast day, and thank you for choosing JIBtv2000. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Now let's do that cringy old YouTube outro. I just want to thank you guys so much for being so patient. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.